beautiful driveway that's straight all the way to the curb. That's all I'm asking for.
So your only concern is that it's not straight. The beer glass design would not work for you because it's not straight.
No, it wouldn't be straight. I wouldn't want two people to drive in on one lane and then have to park in the carport on two lanes. If I had one car, it would be great, but...
But statistically, would you really have two people driving in at the exact same time where they'd have to go through the driveway? I don't understand.
Well, it could be possible. I mean, it's a beautification thing. I don't know, anybody who has a carport usually has a carport straight into their two-car carport. And that's what I'm asking. Otherwise, I would have to take 3 feet off of my garage driveway, which I never parked the car on there since I built the carport, because the paint would come off my car in about a week out in the sun. So I don't park on my car drive. My garage is full. You couldn't put anything in there if you wanted to. So I don't use the driveway on the garage, but we do use the carport driveway. So the only other option to go along with your rules and regs is me to chop up my garage driveway. And that would look ugly.
You really have two options. You have chop up your driveway, or you have to put in a driveway that's not straight at the very bottom.
Yeah, it's not straight. It looks like I did it, if it goes like that, because I wouldn't know what to do with a concrete. And I don't want to look like that. If my son never sells a place, and you know, I've been here a long time. I bought property here in the 70s. I've had houses for 30 years. And this one, if you golf, you probably see it on the ATT, and it looks pretty good. And I like people to drive by and say, you know, that house is nice. I just put a new roof. I want it to look great. Brookridge, to me, is my home. Like I said, I've been here forever. This place grows on you. I tell everybody who comes here, I don't like this place. I didn't like the golf course 30 years ago. Now look at it. It's beautiful. And the houses are beautiful. They were 30, 40,000. When I first came in here in the 70s and bought a lot from Chicago, with all our policemen, we all bought lots. Now they're 200, 300,000. God knows. These aren't trailers anymore. They used to make fun of me. I used to call them trailers. I get the look. I get the eye. These are our homes. It would look beautiful if I got the driveway. So, I mean, I got to do whatever you say. I understand that, but or I keep driving on grass. My wife drives on grass, and if you have to put the smaller driveway, we'd still be driving on grass to go to the carport. That makes sense to me. I mean, it really does make sense to me.
I don't believe that's accurate. If you put in the driveway the way Harry, I know you.
And then you get the wing. The wing is optional. You keep the wing. That makes you not drive into your grass when you go in sideways, either left or right.
With a quick entrance into your driveway, you have the opportunity to drive it without driving. Let's be honest.
Well, I just keep it just grass. I don't want to do that. I want to finish what I started years ago before I got sick. That's all I'm asking. So, I mean, I'm at your mercy. I can't do anything about it. Explain that I think it would look great. People drive by and they say, you know, that's the way that house sits sideways on the lot. I think he did. The one gentleman came to see it.
I actually went and looked at it, and I believe the narrower bottom going to a wider top. You come in at 15 feet and you finish at 19. So at some point you have to make a curve where you're losing 2 feet somewhere. I think that would look good.
This would be good if he came in, sir, like this.
He doesn't believe it would look good. I believe it would look good, but those are two different opinions.
I don't think you can drive your car this way. You have to drive it at an angle.
The rules, the ACC rules said you can have two 12-foot wide driveways, which gives you 24 feet. The roadway, 360 square feet. So one driveway that he has is 21 feet. And you want to go 19 feet. You want to go 19 feet. So
that was the size of the garage when I built it. That was the size.
In the rules, it says that you can't have more than 360 square feet of concrete total. Oh, okay. A lot and a half.
They say that doesn't matter, I guess, from what I've been told.
Yes, go ahead.
And I'm not saying, I'm asking for the variance because I know what the rule is. I'm asking for a variance. Some people get them, some lots, when they cut this place up in the early 70s, some lots were really ugly and small, some were huge. I'm asking to get around that rule this one time. That's all. I'm not saying the rule's no good. That's your rule. I appreciate the rule. I'm asking for, a little consideration. That's all I'm asking for. Yes or no? Am I done?
Yep.
Oh, okay, thank you. Appreciate it. You're next. Good luck.
Hello, I'm Paul Campbell, Unit 2. I am the chairperson of the ACC. Mr. Valentine, the rules state for a lot and a half, yes, 540 square feet of concrete within with the right-of-way. That allows you for basically 36 feet of concrete in the right-of-way. He's asking for over 40 feet of it. So, yeah, he's looking for 2 feet on each side, but it's still 4 feet more than it's supposed to be. So if you're gonna change this, that's the rule, that's the way it is. A 15-foot driveway, the way Jim has explained, to a 19-foot driveway, I don't see the issue, but it's not my house. So I'm just trying to explain the rule as a lot and a half. He can have 36 feet wide driveways. Having the 21-foot already only allows him 15, and bear it out to the 19.
Is there any more discussion? I'm going to make a motion to deny 8272 Country Club Drive.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passes unanimously.
Okay, the next one we have is at 14627 Brookridge Boulevard. And hold on just a second. Louis Akers, is he available?
And just so that you all know, in all transparency, I actually know the people that live at 14627 Brookridge Boulevard. And in all fairness, I'm gonna go ahead and abstain myself from the vote and also from any discussion. So I just want to put that out there, that I do know them, and I'm just gonna step aside while they take care of the business. Thank you.
Okay, at this home, they want to put a screened-in area underneath the carport. And when his first application came in, it was approved. But then he decided he wanted to move it out to the window, halfway in the windows, in between the two windows. Well, you gotta have 20 feet of carport left over. When you drive in, you have to have 20 feet. He only has 18.6 feet, 18 and a half feet. There is options here for him to, I guess, put the steps the other way to come out. And Hold on a minute. I got Andy's around you. Is there any discussion with this? Because we've been over it a couple times, 3 times with them. They said he can't put in a 36, he wanted to put a 36-inch door in to go across 9 feet. Screen Pro said he can't make that like that. And we got paperwork from them. So, I'm gonna. Okay. If you got your carport and you drive into it, you've got to have 20 feet of carport, then you can start your screen house. You can't have it 18.6 on the carport. You've got to have the 20 feet. It's in the ACC rules. They're asking for a variance of 1.5 feet, and at this time, I don't think we're able to do that. And I'm going to make a motion to deny the variance on this home. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous. The next one is the drainage, we already did that. Louis Pastor arrived to visit Barbara Foy and Frank Massini at 14301 Starcross. At the time of arrival, the vehicle approaching was emergency mode. The guide, Ms. McCann, waved the 4 vehicles through the gate and provided immediate access to the community. Mr. Pastor was directly behind the sheriff's car and saw Ms. McCann waving the car through, the police car through. So he continued driving. Ms. McCann attempted to stop him, but was unsuccessful, and the gate came down and hit his car. It appears a communication issue. Mr. Pastor thinks he was still being waved through by Ms. McCann attempting to stop him. He's got a fine. He's got a violation fine on the gate because the gate came down of $250.
And that's not a fine, that's to repair it. That's the
Yeah,
250,
excuse me,
just
right,
to repair.
to repair the gate. We've got it right here in the invoices. We got all we need here. And everything's $250. And I'm gonna make a motion. Anybody want any discussion? I'm gonna make an emotion to leave them responsible for $250.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
One other thing, we get a lot of people asking us why there's yellow ribbons around trees. Well, the ribbons are up there because the trees that are marked, the roots are coming right through the roads. They've got to pave this year. They've held off paving for the last 4 years because nobody wanted to tackle the trees, so this board did. There's 11 trees that are going to come down. We should have had it on the ballot for this week, for this month, on the agenda, but we didn't. There was a confusion. But that's the issue with the yellow ribbons around the old oak tree. I got any comments? Go ahead.
Vivian Blair, Unit 4. Do the trees have to come down? Are they sick? I mean, I know the roots are coming through. My sister went through this at her home. She had a big oak tree, and they redid the driveway. They were able to cut down the roots rather than take down the whole tree. Has that been looked into? Is that possible?
Well, one problem is we had an engineering study done for the roads several years ago. These trees were a lot younger several years ago. They are only in the median. We have been basically put on notice from the engineering company to say, hey, these trees are posing a problem to the roads. So when that happens, they have actually said to us as a community, we've told you that these particular trees are causing a problem with your roads. Should something happen with that tree and somebody's driving by, say, in a storm, and something hits them from one of those trees that we've been put on notice for, who's liable for that? We are. Us. So we have to act. We've been basically put on notice from an engineering company to say, hey, you need to take these trees down. They're coming up. They're starting to cause a hazard. Now, had these trees been removed or looked at to be removed 4 or 5 years ago when this study was put in place, then maybe at that time it could have been a different story. But now here we are. It is really becoming a liability issue for the community. So that's why we're doing it. It's not on anybody's property. It's in the median. We were going to go ahead and discuss it afterwards with beautification to see if we can come up with some bushes or something like that to put in these areas after we're done with that and after the roads are done. But that's basically where we are. It's becoming a liability for everybody, and you would end up paying for somebody's vehicle, and it could get really costly.
Vivian, we also have the opportunity, once we take the trees down, we could always replant some new trees there. The beautification committee could, other than bushes, you could plant new trees. The beauty with trees are, it's a renewable resource. So you cut one down, you replace one to replace it. Now, is it going to look the same 20, 30 years from now? It will, but all the trees start somewhere, right?
All right, thank you.
And also, people, they don't understand, and I read a lot about it, code enforcement brought a house in. When they bring houses in, they're having a hard time getting around their trees, and they're almost hitting the branches, and boy, that's us. We don't need that problem. So.
You know, and another issue too with these trees, because of the age that they are in the roots, you're going to see eventually, if it's not starting to happen already, the roots are going to undermine the roadways, and that's going to be the end of that. You're going to have all new roadways put in here because of the roots of those trees. Believe me, I know. I was Public Works Director up in New Jersey. We went through this all the time. Certain things you don't want to do, but when you see the age of these trees, you try and save them, and sometimes you can't because they're only going to destruct what's out there already.
Many of the trees that have the yellow around them, I actually walked the area. The roots are pushing the cement up. It's crystal clear. If you drive slowly, you can just look out your window and see that.
But we thought we would have the final bid to put it on the agenda for here and open it up for a regular discussion. We don't have it. We're waiting for it. So as soon as we get it, we will let everybody know so that people can have a discussion about it and let us know. But that is it in a nutshell. It's a liability issue for the community. It's a liability issue bringing new homes in. Someone hit that, if it opens up anymore during a storm, we don't know. So that's basically all it is. We're not trying to destroy trees or anything like that. But open it up for member comments. Does anybody? Oh, I'm sorry, Leo. Very sorry.
How many trees are we talking about?
11. 11. And they're all in the medians.
Yes, I see them. I go by every day. It seems like a lot of trees were getting down. I hope we're right.
Yep. Does anybody have, open it up for member comments. Does anybody have any comments Are you gonna share that candy bar, Ken Walls?
Same thing.
Well, I have to say, this is probably one of the longest agendas we've ever had, with 76 pages. Whew, 76 pages. All right, how do we call this meeting done and over? We'll adjourn this meeting, yes. All in favor? It's unanimous. 8:55 p.m. We made it. We actually thought we were going to bring lounge chairs, pillows, and blankets.